Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Spears. I'm a young adult librarian at the Westlake Porter Public Library. My colleague Robin and I thought we would put together another film recommendation video because it is National Poetry Month and there is some great examples of poet biographies or poetic adaptations of different works by different poets from all around the world and all kinds of different formats, family style, American independent films, foreign language films. And we thought we would put together another list to help celebrate National Poetry Month.
April, as you may or may not know, is National Poetry Month. It was inaugurated by the Academy of American Poets in 1996, and we celebrate poets and their craft all month long. In addition to all of the fabulous books and poetry in the library's print collection, and importantly in these times, our digital collection, we also wanted to recommend a few films about poetry and the poets that you can stream in the comfort of your own home, utilizing two of the services you get with the Westlake Porter Public Library card, Kanopy and Hoopla. Don't have a Westlake Porter Public Library card? Head on over to our website. You can get a digital card and be checking out books of poetry and also streaming these films about poetry in just a few moments. First up, wanted to highlight a couple of family films. We actually have two shorts, so if you have little ones that maybe aren't going to sit still for an entire film, these will help you out in that one. The first one is Papa is a Poet from 2015. This is about the life of poet Robert Frost, told from the point of view of his oldest daughter. You can learn about the inspiration that went into his work and his struggles to get his work published. It's a short film that is playing over on Kanopy Kids. And if you are interested in Robert Frost, you can head on over to Hoopla with your library card, and they actually do have a collection of Robert Frost poetry for children, specifically if you'd like to share some poems with your kids. They also have, a bunch of his other books of poetry as an adult if you want to check those out to read as well. The second one we have is another short film just called Coretta Scott. It's based on the book by Ntozake Shange, and the artwork from the book they use in order to animate it in the short film is by Kadir Nelson. This offers a glimpse into the life of the civil rights movement through the eyes of Coretta Scott, and it is narrated by Phylicia Rashad. That is over on Kanopy Kids. Kanopy Kids actually also has a whole section if you want just curated child-friendly content. It is sitting right there for you with a Westlake Porter Public Library card. On to the films for grown-ups. The first one is A Quiet Passion, which is actually only PG-13, so it is safe if you have a tween or teen that's interested in poetry or specifically Emily Dickinson. This is definitely the film for them. A Quiet Passion came out in 2016. It is from writer and director Terrence Davies and stars Cynthia Nixon as Emily Dickinson. It's a biographical drama, tells her life story from the days as a young student all the way up through her later, more reclusive years. Again, if you're interested in more Emily Dickinson, if that film really opens up the world of Emily Dickinson to you, head on over to Hoopla, where they also, again, same with Robert Frost, have a Emily Dickinson Poetry for Kids ebook you can check out if you'd like to share some Emily Dickinson poetry with your young ones. There's also some audiobooks and ebooks that encompass more of her poetry as well. The second one that's also an independent film that came out in the last few years is a film called Howl. It is written and directed by Rob Epstein and Jerry Friedman, noted documentarian filmmakers, so they obviously have a real keen attention to the nonfiction detail, and this is the true story of beat poet and counterculture icon Allen Ginsberg, whose famous work Howl broke a lot of social barriers and was infamously, an obscenity trial took place after he published this poem. This movie takes a trip back to San Francisco in the 1957-ish era, and you can watch Ginsberg and his beatnik friends as he creates his famous poem. And there's also a lot of interesting surreal animation that's worked in to help really bring this poem to life. If you are a fan of Allen Ginsberg or you're just want to try out some of his works, there's a really great poetry collection of his that is read by him over on Hoopla again. So if you enjoy the film Howl, which is streaming on Kanopy, you can head on over to Hoopla and enjoy even more Ginsberg and beat poetry over there. Last up, but not least up, we have one foreign language film we wanted to include here. This is a film from 2010 called Poetry from celebrated South Korean director Lee Chang-dong. This is the story of Mija, who is in her 60s, and she's struggling with the onset of Alzheimer's, and the way that she decides to try to help cope with this mentally is she enrolls in a local poetry class. Now, through this poetry class, she's hoping to find the words before they are lost forever to her. This film was a Cannes Film Festival award winner the year it came out. It won Best Screenplay.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video and clicking through the links below me, above me, somewhere around here on this post for great films to help celebrate National Poetry Month. If you're looking for more ways to help celebrate National Poetry Month, another colleague of mine, Natalie, has been posting daily writing prompts on our Facebook page that'll prompt you to write a certain style of poem. And then also she's writing examples of those too, so you can kind of see how that writing prompt would work to actually create your own poetry. So happy reading and happy viewing and happy National Poetry Month.